Hello and welcome. Now in this video we are gonna create another application and we are gonna mix the knowledge that we have from Kotlin with Android Studio, and we are gonna take more advanced topics to create real simple application. Now in this video guys, our focus will be on the images and how to create simple application about the images. Okay, so as you can see I have an empty project with Android Studio opened. Okay, and we are gonna start from scratch. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna expand all these folders that we have. The Java folder, as you can see, we have just the main activity, and inside the layout we have only this activity underscore main.xml. okay, let's see the content inside of it, and we are gonna of course adjust it as we want it. So yeah, with that in place, let's see, we are going to delete everything that we have inside of it, so just to start from scratch. Okay, and here we have this layout, okay, that shows it, all this stuff. What I'm going to do guys, I'm going to delete everything. Okay, let's delete everything right here that we have. Okay, and going back to the design tab, as you can see we do not have just a relative layout. Now let's go ahead and start design the layout that we want. So first of all, the idea behind our application guys will be just an image. Okay, and we have a button, and once we click on this button we are gonna replace, okay, this image. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our image view. So I'm gonna drag an image view inside my my screen. Okay, I'm gonna choose any placeholder, for example this one. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the height and width a little bit. For example the width, okay, let's set it to be match parent. We do not have any problem with it, but the height, let's change it to something else. For example, how about 35, okay, 3550 dB or 350 dB. However, now we are going to change maybe the scale type to be, okay, scatter crop, to fill out this entire area. And the second thing that we are going to do, we are going to add a button, okay, where we are going to, once we click it, we are going to replace these images. So I'm going to make it center horizontally, and also maybe I'm gonna make it all the way to the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna type align, okay, align parent bottom. I think this one, yeah, we have it. And let's change the width to be match parent. Okay, I'm gonna click on the width, make it match parent, and changing the background color will be grade option. I'm gonna make it black maybe. Okay, and let's change the colors properties. The text color should be white. Okay, and the text size, let's choose huge number, for example 30. I think it's too big. Let's make it, yeah, we have it right here. And for the text I'm gonna say, for example, change image, or you can type slide, but it's not a slider. Okay, there are different technique that we can use to create slider, so this is not a slider. So as you can see we have it, everything set up. Now what I'm gonna do guys, I'm gonna add an IDs to all of the views that we have. For example, the image view should be something specific. Okay, for example we can type let's say image underscore view, because we do not have just one, so we can use this ID. And the second one, for the button, I'm gonna make it change, okay, let me spell it right, change underscore image. Okay, this is the ID for our button. What I'm gonna do guys in this video, I'm gonna fetch them. Okay, so I'm gonna inside my main activity code.kotlin file. Okay, and what we are gonna do guys, I'm gonna show you a different thing that we can do. Okay, so instead of fetching them in the previous and the normal way, we are gonna take a new way of doing this stuff. So guys, if we go here outside of this main function, the onCreate, okay, onCreate function, we can give some space, but make sure that you stay in this class. Okay, but outside of this onCreate. and let's define our function. For example, type fun. I'm gonna make it change image, and I'm gonna explain everything in a second. Okay, so change image. This is just a name that I have created, and for this we are gonna add a parameter as a view. Okay, and oops, let's open these. So what I did, guys, I defined the function that take one parameter of type view. Okay, simple as that. This is what we have learned. Okay, this is fun for function. This is the name of our function, and we give it one parameters, which is our view. Okay, and what we are going to do, guys, going back to our main XML file, selecting your button, and here type for on click. Okay, on click property, and you have this on click, and if you click on it, we have this change image, which is come from our main Kotlin file. Okay, and we can select it. Okay, and if you do like this, if you search for the property on click and give it a name of your function, which is defined in your main Kotlin the Kotlin file. Now this code that you are going to type it right here, okay, will be get executed once the button is clicked. Okay, makes sense for you? So what you need to type is just define a function that take parameter view of type view. Okay, and go your main XML file and search for the property on click and assign the same function name, and it will be get executed once this code here is get called. Okay, or once this button is clicked, this code here will get executed. Simple as that. Now, guys, what we are gonna do, if you inside your own create function, if you, for example, define a variable, so for example typing var, let's call it name, it's equal to, for example, any name. Okay, and here inside your change name or change image, sorry, function, if you type name, then you cannot access it. Okay, because this variable, it's for this function. Okay, we cannot just go and call it from another function. Okay, but there is one way that we can go ahead and use this variable in multiple functions, which is defined it as a scope or as a public. What I mean by public, here inside our class we need to define the variables here. I'm gonna type define all public vars. Okay, so if you defined it right here, then it will be a public. That means we can access it from all the functions inside our application. But if you defined it here, will be defined here, let me type, will be okay, a private. That means we cannot access it from all the functions, just the functions that we are in. And the same thing here. Okay, if you defined it here, then you cannot access it right here. Okay, and on create. But if you defined it on the class or as a public, that means you can access it from all around your application. So if I'm gonna type var, I'm gonna name it, for example, index, it's equal to 0. Okay, if I came here and type index, it's equal to 9. Okay, and here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type index, it's equal to 5, let's say. So as you can see, I can access from all my application. This is the power of creating public variables. Now our job, guys, here, okay, what we did, we have designed the layout that we need, okay, which just contain an image view as well as a button, and we assign some of the properties to add custom style on it, for example changing the width, the height, background, so on and so forth. And we also assign some IDs. Okay, and we have learned the new property, which is the on click, okay, which is creating a function in the Kotlin file and call it from the XML file. Simple as that. And we also learned about the public variables. Okay, and we can define any variable the same thing as the private. Okay, but it will be accessed from your entire application. Okay, so we have learned 3 stuff in this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to continue on in the next video.